email.
Yeah. That's about it. All right, folks, welcome back. It's the SEO Chat Friday. We're doing a site review. We've never done these live, Doc. This is cool, man. You can actually, look at a site together for once.
Oh, we're going to do mattcuts.com?
Yeah, I like it. First things first, it redirects from the main to the, so that's a big problem. But he's got some authority out here. So I guess where do we fucking start? Oh, I know where we start. Let's start. Yeah, no, I'm not. Before we even go there, dude, I figured I wanted to get something out of the way. Which is, I don't know, using these third-party tools. Post I had this morning. Dojo, remember the other day I was talking to him and I showed him an example of a client site that was some issues and this and that. And he goes off to, I think it was SEM Rush, and he comes back and goes, oh, it looks like they got hit on such and such date, and then then I look at search metrics and it looks like this, right? So this, this looks problematic, right? But I guess the real problem here is, well, this is the actual analytics. So this one's all search traffic. This is your Google traffic from January, and it's actually a temporal space, meaning well, it's the game site, right? So people are using it in the winter more than this time of year. And I looked year over year, sure enough, yeah, they draw. When the sun comes out, this site starts to lose traffic. So, which made me think, Terry, about the post I wrote for Search Metrics about fucking site visibility, SEO visibility.
Yeah.
And yeah, so according to Search Metrics, wow, these guys must have got hammered. Meanwhile, I've got access to analytics, and the guy's still doing 40,000 uniques a day from Google alone. I'm like, okay, whatever.
See, the thing is, they're measuring visibility. A lot of terms bring in no traffic whatsoever, and that's one thing that I had a client where everything was about the rankings and. Oh, look at all the #1 rankings. And then I proceeded to show them that all those #1 rankings brought in no traffic.
Right. So here's the post I did a couple of years ago on Search Metrics' actual blog when Terry and I were consulting with them. Anyway, so yeah, you look at this one. Here's your analytics and here's your SEO visibility. So the reason that looks like that is because they track ongoing program wins and losses. They look for historic performance. They watch for problems with Panda Penguin, blah, blah, blah. Essentially, they're looking at visibility in a totally different way. That doesn't even make sense. So yeah, you know what I mean, Terry? Oh my God, you dropped off the map for a term that brings 2 people a month. Is that going to show in the analytics? Nope.
No, you're screwed.
So yeah, how do you know that?
Well, I've seen the case like in some niches where it's so narrow, you could lose literally 80% of your traffic and see very little change in the actual 80% of your visibility and still see your traffic rate going up.
Right, so some of these people that are using the Search Metrics graphs, which we see all too often with their deep dives, no names mentioned, but and they'll start outing people and saying, oh, and this is bad, Terry, especially for publicly traded companies. That's just fucking risk. That's bullshit.
Well, you get mistakes like people saying, oh, eBay was hit by Panda. Well, eBay was not hit by Panda.
No, it was a manual. Have a nice day. So yeah, I think that's the first thing people need to understand. On the actual show page, I guess
that also goes to, Dave, choosing, if you're going to use tools, choose the right fucking tool to begin with. Otherwise, everything it shows you is useless.
Well, and again, if you don't, it's very, would you and I, Terry, ever try and truly do a forensic analysis of any site without access to the actual data? You know what I mean? Like the analytics, the webmaster tools, the crawl data.
Even look for forensics. Without Google Analytics, you're dead in the water. Like, you gotta have some sort of analytics to decide a lot of these things.
That's right. So yeah, these trying to look at stuff from the outside is just risky. I asked SEM Rush if they could clarify their position on things. So they said we take a large keyword database and actually query each keyword in order to analyze the top 20 organic and paid results. This is how we're able to determine which keywords a domain ranks for organically and which keywords they don't know. It looks like he probably took this off the fucking page. Probably their social media manager.
But the top 20. So
Yeah,
if Terry happens to be ranking high for red and white striped T-shirt this week, that's going to be in his top 20, even though it's totally irrelevant to his content. That's bullshit.
right. So, you know, so the next, for anyone watching this now, later, whenever, anyone ever starts throwing fucking search metric graphs at you and fucking SEM rush graphs, you know, give me that shit. You know, because, yeah, you might be missing something. You know.
Well, the only good thing about them is they'll actually give you data from other websites, whereas most tools can't give you that data. That should be a start as to why they're not good to use.
Mm.
All right, so Terry, what tools does one actually use? Well, I guess even for today, since we're doing it, so doesn't it bear, I guess, noting a few things off the top that when you're doing a site review like today, that A, you know, we're very limited in the access of what information we have. B, fuck, you don't have webmaster tools, anything like that. And I guess, Terry, you don't even know what the targets are, meaning you don't know what the actual SEO people are doing. You can't sit there and say this is wrong, because it's like doing an audit without keywords, or without top products, or without products that we're looking to target, shit like that. How do you do it? You don't. So.
Yeah. Like, that's the thing. They're taking the top 20. Well, just because they're the top 20 in the niche, if I don't make any money on those keywords, why would I bother optimizing for them? They would be very low priorities, regardless of the traffic. That's why I don't. I'm one of these people who doesn't believe that raw traffic is how you should prioritize keywords.
No, it's hits, Terry. Everything is hits.
Yeah, well, I'll give you a hit.
All right, so we got that out of the way. Did I have anything else I wanted to cover before then? No, I think we pretty much got it. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're taking questions as well as site reviews, so if you have a question.
Oh, yeah. And we just sit here shooting the shit on a Friday. It's what we do, folks, so fire away. All right. Where do we want to play with first? Dan, you got one. Come on, you want to go? Should we go with Dan's first? Come on. Oh, what was that again? Hold on. I know I got Dan's here somewhere. Where's my Skype? Which one are we going after? Oh, yes. There we go. Canadian, eh? Oh,
Canadian, eh?
Awesome, eh? Wow, that's awesome, you know. Got a Canadian site. That's good. Where are you? Where?
Canada?
Yeah, they all look like they're from 2001 or so.
I'm in northwest suburb of Chicago.
There we go.
Midwesterner.
You got it.
All right. Well, if old Chrome will talk to me, I'll even bring it up. All right. So what is the story here as well? You also got some other sites that you're thinking about folding in, or you're not even sure what you're doing those, I guess, at this point.
Well, my big question for you guys would be, what would be your next? Because this is the first time this has happened to me. You know, I've been on my own for about a year, and did all the analysis and the forensic audit and what have you on the old, like the domain or the domain's still the same, but the site that was live, and the one that's coming up now that just went live on I think it was Tuesday, has nothing to do with the old site. So I'm concerned about redirects, different, just, I mean, the site's built on an entire different framework. The old one was a WordPress. This looks like, I don't have it up. So I guess
I'll go grab it.
PHP.
Can you drop the link there again, Dave?
I certainly can, sir. Hold on, I will put it into the chat. There we go. Oh, yes, you guys need a live link, eh? There you go. All right, so this site, what are you saying that, like, as of Tuesday, all the old pages disappeared, these ones showed up, and no redirects whatsoever?
Correct.
Wow.
This is like brand spanking new. The only thing that's the same is the girl smiling and the logo.
All right. How many pages on the site?
I'm actually running a crawl right now on it because I just found this out yesterday evening. Well, technically this morning.
Yeah, because I'm guessing you're gonna be doing a lot of 404s. Would be the first thing. I mean, sorry, 301s. I'd be doing. You know, hit the analytics, figure out which pages are actually most important value-wise. You know what I mean, and then
right.
You know, work your framework down from there. Right, talk to the client, find out which pages are most important to them, and obviously lead generation pages and stuff like that are probably going to be the ones, right? And between those, yeah, make a list and start, you know, redirecting in that order. You know, as we, you know, again, what do we got? How many? Yeah, somebody do a site search on that. How many pages is this thing? Curious.
Jeez, they expect this homepage to fucking rank?
I know, isn't that flipping
Wow.
crap? There's like no content on it.
Well, and they're still using meta keywords. I thought those were pretty
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to hurt them, really.
I know, but I'm just saying it, David.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah. So those, I tend to leave those at audits at this point, just going, whatever. Unless they're spamming the hell out of them, I guess.
I can't tell what framework this is. Is it a custom CMS?
I don't think it's a CMS. I think it's just a straight up homegrown PHP.
I see. Okay.
And,
yeah, there's not a lot of content to go with on the homepage.
Oh, lovely. They're using the expires tag. 1. That's bullshit. That's a big problem.
Why, Terry?
Expires means to Google the content expires in 1 day.
Oh, I see. Okay.
That's not a good thing to have in your page.
And then where the heck did their blog go? The site had it.
Uh-oh.
So the blog is gone? All the blog content disappeared?
Wow.
Oh, man.
Well, they just hosed themselves. Looks like you get a fresh start.
Well, it's got 1,000 pages that are crawled with screaming fraud.
Did you check Google?
Yeah,
No,
exactly. I'd be looking in Webmaster Tools, man.
I would be going to Google right now and getting a measurement, Dan.
Okay.
Because that'll show you what was in the index beforehand. These guys have screwed you up, so you want to know what was there beforehand. I would actually probably go to something like Link Prospector and try and download all the site search. Just so that
it's showing here
2810.
I've gotten 363 pages. Let's see if they got any subdomains.
366.
Strip out the W's and see if there's any subdomains, though. No, it's the same. All right. So yeah, it's about 360, but yeah, for sure, man. Hit Webmaster Tools as well if they've got because you'll probably have the old sitemap up there too. I'm thinking, dude. You know what I'm saying? So you get the new one, get into there, but take a note of what it's got there too, because it'll probably tell you, you know what I mean, how many pages indexed and how many pages were submitted.
Are they doing 301s?
Honestly, Terry, at this point right now, I have no idea what they're doing.
I'd look at go to the search engine and try and find some of the old pages and click on them and see what happens.
Yeah, well, if it's a homegrown site, Terry, he can just go grab the HT access, because that's where it'll be.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's true too.
Yeah,
if he has that access,
I still need FTP access.
Well, just tell him you need it.
No, he doesn't have that yet.
No, I mean the project is technically starting on Monday.
Yeah, well, there you go. We're getting a good list together to start with. Yeah. Can somebody send me the HT access file? Thank you.
Right now.
Yeah.
That's why I suggested, Dave. That's why I suggested he go to. How do we know that they didn't go in and blow the hit access off? These guys look like they're screwing with you.
You
Yeah.
broke up there, Terry. What were you asking?
Pardon me?
Oh, you broke up for him.
Oh, I was saying if it was me, right?
Uh-huh.
I would go and try and download as much information off of the site search, i.e. the pages that used to be there, because what you've got now is not reflective of what was there before. So
Right.
you're going to
Yeah,
lose track of pages and shit if you don't do it.
again, yeah, you know what I mean?
That for you.
If it was a CMS or something, you'd be in better shape because you can get something to track the for us. At this point, you might actually have to start going old school with server logs, man.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why if he goes and grabs a site,
Find all the 404s.
downloads, there's a good chance it's still the old index if this was just put up, right?
Sure. No, that's a good point.
Yeah. So yeah, Webmaster Tools, Google Analytics, be the first two things to grab. HTAccess file, next thing to grab.
Yeah,
And
I don't
probably even
like
access to server logs. Mm-hmm.
Dave, I actually did this for the dojo the other day. I wanted to get a list of the new files. It's a little tutorial I did for Link Prospector. And I used a site search. The good thing, it returns titles and everything. So that will probably be a better way to do it. Puts it all in a CSV for you. The other way, I guess on Google Webmaster Tools, they'll give you all of them too, won't they, Dave? Or is it a sampling again?
Well, no, you know what I mean? Like I said, I ran into one person that had, let's see, they had 35,000 pages in Google and they had 47,000 404s.
Oh.
So it looked like someone had pulled one of these on, just replaced the site without doing any redirects.
Yeah.
So it sounds a lot like what you're looking at. But yeah, you can still get at those in, I've never even checked, to be honest, if you can get that many out.
Dan,
Yeah.
did you look at the sitemap?
For the old site, yeah.
Well, I mean, I just pulled up the one here, and it says www.vps9857inmotionhosting.com / tilde blah blah is in the sitemap. What is that?
InMotion was from
No, I know what InMotion is, but why do they have these weird URLs in the sitemap?
That's a good question. I don't know yet.
Okay, all right.
They do have a blog here. Did you know that, Dan?
I found a blog too.
Yeah,
It looks totally different.
Yeah.
You guys get that from search?
No, just from
I
hitting the
got it
blog
up.
tab.
There's actually a link at the top of the page underneath the Google Plus icon in the header.
Oh, smile in a day? No.
No, it says.
Wait, are you guys on the site or?
Yeah, I'm on the new site.
Yeah, I went on the site and I clicked the blog link, and the blog came right up. It looks like somebody still has the temporary URL in the sitemap. That's like wrong.
I would just like to know where you guys got the blog.
Well, it's right up at the top. It says it's right after the contact link.
Dan, you may need to refresh your cache.
I don't see it.
Oh, well, that's because you're from Chicago.
Exactly. That's gotta be it.
That's gotta be it. What'd they say? Chicago is the funniest city in the world, in the United States.
Absolutely. Every day I look in the mirror and remind how funny it is.
And I see home services, about, patient info, contact, blog, and gallery underneath the icons.
I
Same
see
thing for me.
our practice, dental implant considerations,
Oh gosh, he just went underwater.
all about dental implants, smile in a day, and contact.
Wow, you're seeing a totally different menu from everybody else.
Hold
Oh,
on.
maybe it hasn't. Maybe we're resolving to the old site. I don't know. Is it the same one David had on the screen a while back?
Yeah, hold on. Let me
This is where I'm looking.
clear the cache. Hold on. I closed out the. Let me
Cache.
see what,
Is it cache or cache? There's
sorry,
another-
man.
I think people use both. I never correct that.
Yeah, I could care less.
I just laugh because it makes me think of that thing I used to put in my dresser drawer, sachet.
Okay, now I think I'm getting it. All right, services about patient info contact blog gallery.
Yeah, there's
Okay.
the URL we're using, by the way.
Boris
and
looks
there's-
very intent.
Boris is always intense.
Is he? Okay.
All right.
All right, well, at least they still.
Yeah.
To be honest, he's probably Boris is probably on Facebook right now posting crazy pictures.
Oh, I see. Okay.
He's just listening to us. Go.
All right, so
Yeah.
they got all the blog content still.
Yeah,
Fix this one
but
here.
interestingly enough, let's see. Yeah,
Oh.
so these are H2s, and they've actually put the H1 on this. So that's kind of weird.
That's
I don't
wrong.
know.
That's
Yeah, I know, but I wouldn't even have this, Terry. I would just get rid of it. You know what I mean? The H1's like one of my articles, not on my. Not on
Yeah, but the way they've used it is actually proper usage, Dave, is per the...
Oh no, yeah. I'm just saying. I just toss that out. No. Or I just leave it plain text and put a heading on
Yeah.
it. You know, do it with
I hear
CSS
you.
if you want it bigger and bolder.
But at least they didn't make it all H1s like some CMSs do, so I'll give them that much credit.
What are you guys talking about? Titles or H1s, aren't they?
Right. So if you look here, Marge, they've got it on this. Okay.
Right.
Now this, if you want this bold, take the H1 off it. You do it with CSS because I don't really, do I want to, no. You want to be ranking for individual articles, right? So this, instead of being an H2, I want this to be an H1.
Well, they don't. The individual article titles don't even link to post pages.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're not.
So, it's the only way you can do it at this point. I don't understand.
Game doc, proper.
Yeah,
Whoever
these
did
are
this
called posts.
blog,
Dude.
that's proper way. One tag,
Yeah.
it's not supposed to have an anchor inside of it.
Yeah, Terry. Here's what Doc's saying though: is there's the entire post is here, so there's no clicking through to it, meaning you're duplicating right away because of the tags.
There's
And
no
you know
post
where-
here.
It looks like
See
a
the
post.
tag- see the
Oh, I
tag?
see.
Hey, the tags here, Terry. You know me and tags. I hate them.
Yeah.
Dental care, dental visits. So because they're putting the full post in, it's going to duplicate each time. I'll bet you.
Right. I had that with another site.
Yeah. So that's my guess is that's going to be an issue.
Yep.
I hate that stuff. I always, if people want to use tags, I tell them no, follow the damn thing.
Yeah.
Be done with it. Well, hold on. Let me take a look at this.
I don't even think Google really indexes those kind of pages very much anymore, do they?
Tag. That's
I've
Tag
had
pages can still be an issue, man. I'm still not a
They
fan.
might index it, but you're sure not going to be able to rank it for anything.
Yeah. Bill,
I've
you
had
were trying to say
a
something
law
there?
firm. I had a law firm site that had / tag /
Right.
and
Yep.
yeah, and it was indexed and ranking better than the actual post.
Right. Which
Well,
they will, and
maybe the
sometimes
tags-
again that.
Yeah.
But again, that's not something you can really control.
Yeah,
because
man. No follow the fuck out of that shit. No. You can still no follow the fuck out of that shit and at least control it somewhat. It depends on the blog, it depends on the situation, but generally speaking, if they want tags, fucking no follow that shit. Because what'll happen a lot of times too is you'll get them over here on the side in a widget or something.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
you've got a site-wide element passing page rank to each of those fucking tag pages. Well, duh, it's fucking ranking instead of the post you want. Hello. So yeah, that's where they can make a total fucking mess out of page mapping. You know what I mean? It's dicey. It's dicey, especially if you got like these guys. You got
But Dave, if you're trying to rank those pages, right? Because they aren't static, and that tag page is going to change every time you add a new page with that tag. It's hard to rank stuff like that.
It
'cause
depends on how the CMS handles it.
Yeah. And if you got snippets, you got full posts, again and again. So, yeah, again, it just internal linking with tags can be a serious screw around when you're trying to control where the page rank's flowing and what's getting it. So,
I always recommend that clients do not use tags and that they always put their content in one category only. They don't always listen, but that's what I recommend.
I would, you know what I mean? Again, unless you're, being diligent about tracking your internal links. And again, back to Webmaster Tools, you can see your most linked to pages. And this is a very common fix that we'll come across, meaning that someone's like, well, I want this page to rank, but this fucking page is ranking. I don't want that one, so I want this one. And if you go in and you take this kind of theory of tags and everything else we're looking at, and you go into Webmaster Tools, it'll tell you your top linked pages. Now go and find internally linked pages. Now go in that spreadsheet and figure out, okay, and 9 times out of 10, guess what? The one that is ranking, that you don't want ranking, is the one that's got the most internal links. So you got to go inside the site and shuffle that around, right? So, we see that a lot, man. Internal links are something people don't really.
Oh my, are they using the question mark page?
Yeah,
number,
they are.
or are they actually using the post title?
And they haven't gone it. Oh, they have, yeah. It looks like some of these are changing.
Yeah, they've got.
Oh, what are you looking at there, Bill? You're okay. Hold on, let me get down here.
The blog page is paginated, but the
yeah, it's set up wrong. You should be able to click through and read the post as a unit, not in the archive. That's weird.
Yeah, and a snippet. When you're putting this full, like again, let's say I take something from the bottom of this page, right? Let's go down way the fuck down here. Let's go with this. All right, so I'll go with maybe, I don't know, looks good. All right, now let's go search the site with it. Yeah, okay, so we got 4 different places. The bottom, so this page is in full text in 4 different places it can be reached.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
Yeah.
so, and again, I didn't, because you never saw it search the top part, folks, because if you've got snippets, meaning the first 300 words, obviously it's going to show up. So search stuff down at the bottom of the post. And sure enough, yeah, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 places that you can get at that. And tags are there, of course.
Of course.
Of course. So yeah, and so that's what you're literally duplicating stuff when you don't have that snippet kind of approach to a blog.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like that when you do a blog and you don't use you use summary. I want to use summary excerpts rather than the whole thing. Otherwise, tag pages, category pages, you're duplicating the post multiple times.
Right.
In fact, the best thing is to get one of the plugins that allows you to make that different for each page.
just some architectural changes here should help you rank them a whole lot easier than what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Ammon, stop sending us sites. Just get in here, man. Come on. Oh, it wasn't there, Ammon. Sorry, it was someone else. Frank Watson. Oh, hey, Frank. Yeah, I got that one actually on the list, Frank. Thank you, man. We'll definitely go beat up on it. I'm sorry. See, Matthew Edward is saying, unbelievably, the Yoast SEO WordPress plugin indexes tag pages by default. Yeah, again, we're not even. I won't comment on that.
Well, people that leave the defaults on those SEO plugins just aren't, drinking their Kool-Aid, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. They're defaults, exactly that. You know what I mean, Marge? You got to go in and with what you want to accomplish instead of everything else.
And you have to understand what you want to accomplish, because you can create a lot of trouble if you go in and muck it up. I don't know. And I know people who still use all-in-one SEO, and they have yet to fill out descriptions or do anything different. It's just like, why bother? I don't know.
I see your point, Bill, about...
sorry, you can go ahead, Terry. Dan, you want to watch in the Q&A as well? Because Frank Watson was letting you know that there's some dead pages, and he gave you a link, so you might want to put that in your notes.
Oh, thanks, man.
No problem. Sorry, Terry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just mentioning Bill had said if they're canonicalizing the original posts, all the categories and tags won't be an issue. I think it's still an issue. From that point of duplicate content, possibly, but why have the same article repeated more than once?
Even if you think of crawl budgets and stuff, Terry, and page rank passing and crawl budgets, there's just so many reasons not to. It's like, Yeah.
But isn't Bill? I mean, I'm sure Bill is right about that, though. If you're telling the search engines to, give the rank to the original post through canonicalization.
Yeah. Is there canonicals? Did anyone check? I didn't. So.
Yeah, I mean, the other ones will just be paginated.
Yeah, I don't know if they've got canonicals on these. I don't think they would, because there's no actual pages for these posts. From what I
Yeah,
can
which
tell.
is very, very.
How do you canonical when there's
informed.
no actual page for the
Well,
post?
I can tell you that from a usability standpoint, Dan, and this is probably down the road, but for users, like I would just kill that whole archives in the sidebar because nobody wants to go digging back to February of 2013 to sift through dentistry blog post. You know, I'd get my tags or categories in that sidebar because a user is very likely to want to read maybe 2 or 3 things on oral cancer.
Sure.
I think that makes sense, but
I think that's a great point.
I like to put the categories. Bill, I agree with you there. I usually don't put archives because you can go back through the categories and see all the pages, you know.
Yeah. So that's the whole thing with categories and tags, and it depends on the situation, right? That's the truth with everything. But for a user, it can be useful. My first thing is usually trying to talk the client out of categories and tagging as some sort of SEO silver bullet, because that's when we end up with, a dozen tags on every post and 4 categories, and just ridiculous stuff that makes for a nightmare to clean up down the road.
Yeah. It's kind of why with audits we always have short and long-term things to work on. Here's the stuff you can fix this week, and here's the stuff to work on over time.
I do have we've got
on a lot of e-commerce programs, tags are actually a very important part of the search. Open Cart, for one, Dave, I actually went into Open Cart and removed the tags so they don't display on the pages, but we can still tag posts, and those tags are used in the search.
Or put them in a tab and with display none.
There you go.
Another one for you there, Dan, before I start nuking things out of the Q&A here, is Bob Gladstein was also saying that it looks like Google has indexed from the old version of the blog, meaning /tag / instead of question mark tag. So you might want to write that one down too. Well, you're gonna look so prepared on Monday, Dan. You'll be coming in going, all right, boys, give that man a raise.
Boy.
Yeah, well, whatever they did, they made your work, more billable.
Oh, you got some billable hours.
Well, you tell them, don't pay those guys, pay me to undo what they just did. That's what I'd be telling them.
Well, I think the old marketing company's gone. These guys are just coming in fresh. So.
Well, why would they pull something like this the last day that they have the client?
Sour grapes.
That's just fucking with you as far as I'm concerned. That's something me or Doc would do to somebody.
Doc wouldn't do that. You might, Derry.
Oh, I bet you Doc would do that.
Doc has no comment.
Doc would write an open letter to the assholes, right? Isn't that what you do, Doc?
Oh, yeah, that's true, too.
Oh, help me.
Well, thanks for the time on that, guys.
Yeah, no problem. Just quick before we finish it, have you looked at the links? What's the word, or is that just down the road?
No, I've looked at the links, and there's a enormous preponderance of PR directories, just a mess of weird.
So good, man.
Yeah.
For the listeners, preponderance means shitload.
Yeah.
And because I do have a little bit of a intimate understanding with this particular domain, only because I worked for the former marketing company.
You know what is crap and what isn't. Probably just by looking at it.
Well, I mean, some of the stuff that's been done to this domain was exactly the reason why I got in the president's crosshairs.
Yeah.
Because I didn't agree with what they were doing, and thankfully he had a little brother to take over my spot, and now I'm on my own.
Oh, nepotism reigns, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. Bill's made another good point there for you, Dan, about adding authorship to this blog.
Yeah,
Bill's all over this thing. He's giving you practical advice. Are you screaming it out of the chat?
Oh, I already did. Yeah, no, that was one of the Bill's right on the money, man. That's one of the deliverables of the project was putting
Oh,
out
yeah.
the author markup. Yeah.
Okay, so they're also a publisher, is that it? Because he's saying use the REL publisher too.
Well, that's Terry. Yeah. That's what to do when you're basically with the brand page. That will help. There's not any sort of impact with it in the way that there might be with authorship, but there could be at some point down the road, and you might as well have that in there.
Right, I see. So what you're saying is you make the publisher link go to your Google Plus local page or
and
your
Google
Google
a
Plus
total
page.
mess right now.
Actually, a really good point. I never thought of that before.
I wouldn't do that until you redo the architecture, though.
I think Terry, I think Ammon would like you to turn on your Google Effects and maybe get a patch or something.
An eye patch would be good, yeah.
It's probably not an SEO-related question, so we might have to panda-ize him. But Ammon's asking if Terry's been pressed into the 18th century Navy. He only needs a swabby cap. All you need is a swabby cap.
Needs a three-pointed cap and the eye patch. Good to go. Pair it on my shoulder, and we're all good.
So Ammon's frisky today.
What else is new?
Today?
Ammon, yeah. What's this today shit?
Ammon is perpetually happy and entertaining, like Barry Schwartz has a clone. You know, it's like.
I don't see Ammon here. Is there some chat I'm missing?
No, he's in the Q&A. It's the Q&A. He's not in the room.
Oh,
You're looking at the chat. The chat's just the people in the room. The Q&A is the little blue one below. Couple
Let me
down
go
below
see
that.
the rowdies.
All right. The Q&A, man. That's what I was telling you earlier, to grab stuff out of there that Frank was leaving. I already deleted some of it. Sorry.
I see. Okay.
I thought you were talking about the group chat.
No, the Q&A, my friend, over in the top left. Three down.
Third button down.
And of course, Google only lets you look at one thing at a time, so.
Hey, Dave, we just got a. Does anyone use link research tool? Fuck off.
That was Bob Godstein's question. So, Bob, I think
use link research tool.
All right.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure Bob is around us, 3 times a week. So, he's trolling you for sure.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. Bob's trolling.
You get the value of the site. Well, I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
Someone wanted us to look at a site, Dave. Simply Bags.
Yeah, we'll get that one. We're gonna do Frank's first. So,
okay.
Hold on, I'll get that over to the chat now. Frank had posted this one at some point, and Frank is always here with us, so we will certainly. Okay. And Frank, why are you giving us this page? I'm curious. The PHP ID 140 currencies. Okay, what are you doing, Frank?
I'm wondering if there's any value, I bet, in using ID equals and the.
I'm confused by this.
I don't know if that's the actual question. Frank should really just buy a fucking mic, but anyways. Really, Frank, week after week, man. I know you're that shy because there's just like our 5 moms watching this show, so you're all right. But anyways, I guess so. Yeah, hold on. Oh, do I not have a screen for that?
I don't get why the currency link is there. Is that an example or somebody?
That's an example.
Yeah, well, no, originally he had posted the full domain, and then now he's kind of changed it up to show.
How about canonicalizing the URLs? This is like the first thing I always look at, and we're 2 for 2 now.
Yeah, first of all, using ID in a URL, I don't know if it's still true, but there was a day when Google would not index those kinds.
Yeah, no, that one's good, dude. So one of the dojo members, I don't know where it came up, chat room or the forums or wherever, but I actually checked with our friend at Google about 3 weeks ago about this one. And they'll go past that question mark and everything else now.
What? Excuse me, Dave, I didn't catch that.
Sorry, they will go. They will index that parameter and past it.
Oh, so they're not skipping over anything with ID anymore.
Yeah, what he told me was that they reserve the right, so to speak, to actually trust any of it, meaning if people are stuffing it or using crazy things with it. But yes, they do crawl it, index it, and they might even rank keywords that are in some of those parameters, yes.
Right.
Might, again.
And
But they do
it's not a problematic parameter.
I thought it was to be. Yeah, I thought the answer would have been the other way around, to be honest, dude. I thought that after that question mark...
Years ago, it definitely was, because I can show you the discussions about it. The reason being is that session IDs, that's why they were doing it.
Well, I see what Frank's talking about, too. Okay, so yeah, look at this one. So your actual page thing here, Frank, is that. And that's exactly what I was talking to a buddy at Google about. So yeah, believe it or not, according to him, they will actually, because if you guys look, if you click around here, let's go to spot currencies, sure. So what he's got here is index PHP for question mark ID equals 140 currencies. So yeah, what the guy at Google was saying is that this word currencies, they may actually still, they can crawl it, they will crawl it, and they may or may not, depending on trust and shit like that as usual, actually use that term in the targeting as far as their algos go. Yeah. So,
in other words, counted as like a match on a keyword type.
Right, just like having, an SEF URL, so to speak, right?
Right.
You've got keywords in it. So what he was saying was in these kind of situations that most fucking definitely they will crawl past that question mark, look at any terms after it, and potentially, if they don't think it's spammy, blah, 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 they will use that word.
Yeah. Did he give the idea? It used to be they said anything over 3 parameters, you're getting into risky territory. Is that still true?
Again, he seemed to intimate that it was the trust stuff, Terry. You know what I mean? If they thought it was, being
right.
dodgy.
Okay. So, okay.
He basically said, yeah, we do count words past the parameters, but we reserve the right to not count them if we think they're spammy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it'll depend on their trust in the site.
Yeah, for sure. Hi, Deb. Are you still in Florida? Probably. Just listening. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Oh, you're home. Welcome home. You must be tired. Wow. Well, okay. She's just shy today. Exhausted. I would think so, dude. Crazy. All right, so what other fun can we have with this one, gentlemen? Ladies?
Well, they might add a meta description to the home page. It's the only page I look at. There's no meta description at all, so not much to hope for there.
Well, and again, canonicalize the URLs.
Yep.
Well, yeah, obviously the URLs are quite a mess.
So what is what's the reasoning behind the ID equals as an architecture strategy?
It isn't. It's just normal what we would call SEF URLs, meaning forward slash keyword dash whatever those are usually actually rewritten in a lot of CMSs. This is kind of like the old school way. Everything any out of the box kind of thing like this years ago would always be index PHP question mark
Yeah.
So they actually just over the years CMS people or people writing plugins or whatever created the SEF URLs are essentially a redirect. What the server is doing is that it's before it gets to display the page, it's actually redirecting that internal URL, which is a bunch of characters and parameters. It's redirecting that to the SEF friendly one. So essentially, it's not an actual redirect like HT access or anything.
Yeah,
it's rewriting them.
I used the programmers use ID often for a key in a record set. So if I were, like for me, I would use ID equals 140 currencies, meaning that's probably the query that I'm going to be making on the database.
So what's the Google operator, the search operator, to turn up whichever of these things are indexed? Because if I just do the usual site query, I'm not seeing these, at least not in the first. So if I wanted to spot all of these,
that when I've found when you're doing a site search, right? the higher the value they put on it, the sooner it appears in that search.
All right. Thanks, Boris.
Yeah, I'm seeing none of them even. Okay, on page 14. Yeah, I just found a couple there for the first time.
Yeah,
Right.
Boris is right. I completely forgot the all-in URL. That.
Yeah. You can find Locklear.
Right on, Boris.
Even a site search, they're going up.
Thank you for taking some time off of Facebook, Boris. We appreciate it.
Took a minute out of spamming the old Facebook to give us a reach out.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. So, yeah, what is going on with that?
Yeah, page 10 of the
Yes.
SERPs, even on a site
Yeah, it
search.
kind of shows that they don't have a lot of.
See, that's what it is too, though. Like, it's this navigation too. It's because if you look, this still resolves, right? Meaning the core domain still resolves. It's the home page that's got the index PHP, so that's literally going to be duplicate content.
Yeah, that's why I said earlier with canonicalizing the URLs, they've got 4 home pages right now. I mean, the first thing I would do is fix that and then let the dust settle and see what happens.
Well, I'm sure Bob wants to know. Already knows. He's just messing with us. He's just seeing if we're on the ball on a Friday.
Oh, that question come from Bob?
Yeah, this is from Bob, man. He's just messing with
Bob
us.
knows ID is one of mine that I'll go on.
He just figures you made him review enough sites over the years, Terry. He's getting even.
Well, that's one that me and him used to argue about, ID.
So yeah, there is
Or
a few.
had a few discussions on it back in the day.
Yeah, there's a few in there. So yeah, you're saying what page did you find actually any of those, Doc?
Say again?
Oh, look at this. Wow, so there's a bunch of Arabic on here too. Right? There's Arabic here. Interesting.
How would they get Arabic pages? Do they have translation?
Well, it's probably, yeah.
In the logo, you guys.
Yeah, I know. I saw it.
And the chat. Yeah, and the chat, Marge.
Yeah.
Oh, Deborah hasn't done her hair. Hi, Deborah.
Well, that makes sense too. I mean, this I don't know where this site is. Maybe they're out of Dubai, but when you get into this Forex, wherever financial centers are.
Well, they're in Lebanon and they're in London.
Might be interesting if they do something. They're setting up for English. You know, I would think that calling out English and having a lot of Arabic in their chat and everything, there's going to be a problem.
Dubai, da. Yeah, it's interesting they wouldn't have done that with, either the subdomain or something else.
He'd probably do well to talk to
Wissam.
Got a security alert.
Yeah, I saw that. Terry, Dubai right here. Wissam does look.
Oh.
There you go. Wissam, your man.
Good job.
Yeah. So what's with the sequel thing? Can you say some more about that?
Interesting. About what? Where? Who?
Boris?
Oh.
I am seeing sequel here, he says. I'm not. Oh, select from. Yes, I am. In the link that he posted, you can see the select statements.
Wow. Select statements in a URL?
Not in a URL. In the link that Boris posted.
Yeah, it's in the snippet of the search results.
Yeah, it's in the snippet.
Yeah, but if someone sees that, they'll realize that you might be able to go to that page and actually submit right in to the scene.
I think that's why Boris brought it up. It looks like
that's very dangerous if you aren't URL encoding, for sure.
Yeah, they're begging for trouble, aren't they?
Yeah, that would be something I would be worried about.
Yeah, especially considering the vertical they're in. Jeez.
I was gonna say, if you're playing in that neighborhood,
Like they didn't already have a target on their back, huh?
Yeah. Please come.
So Boris.
There's no way you're going to pay attention to that market.
Wait, what'd you say?
Sorry, so there's no way Google's looking at that market. Forex? Come on. No.
Yeah.
No spam in there whatsoever.
Yeah, I would say that's probably one that's high on their list.
Huh.
Yeah, what is it? Pills, porn, poker, and Forex.
Well, I thought it was payday loans.
Yeah.
It is. It's the 4 Ps, man. But you could throw Forex in there if you want, sure.
Well, we just spell it with a P.
Well, you could have 4 Ps and an F. Anything financial services, huge money. Big.
There you go, Forex.
Forex, I like it.
Financial. Nice.
Bill is
I
morphing
actually
words.
know a few people in that vertical. It's crazy. The money.
Well, that's got to be one. If you're not cheating, you're not playing.
There you go.
Probably.
Guy's making more money than Matt Cutts.
Oh no, is there anyone who makes more money than Matt Cutts?
Bill Gates?
Oh yeah.
Well, Larry and Serge probably, but
This is Larry Page. But we all know that Larry Page really reports to Matt Cutts.
But not the who's the owner of Facebook, the one that we love to hate there?
Zucker nuts.
Zuckerberg. It was a mini stroke. You know I'm old, Doc.
Mm. It's a lot older than me.
Yeah. 90 whole days. I see you like the Chicago Bears, Dan.
Can't wait for football.
He's branded himself with a Bears cap.
what's our next site?
Let's see.
ChicagoBears.com.
Let's look at
SimplyBags.com. That's a panda ravage site.
Oh, yes. Okay, I'll go get that one. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry, just finishing the last one. Frank was saying, yeah, he just got hired, and apparently the CMS is proprietary, which we always love.
Proprietary means is no one knows how it fucking works.
It's not a bug, it's a feature.
Yep. Oh, that's how we wanted it to work. Don't you like that?
Live beta.
Oh, Steve's here. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Well, he's got a bunch of that last one, the Q&A. Nobody was watching. Jeez, come on. Send invite. The fucking link's on the page, Steve. Jesus Christ. Hold on. Nope.
What's the next site on the docket?
Terry's got it. Terry, you want to throw it in the chat here? And then while I'm getting Steve. All right. There goes your invite, Steve. Link's just on the page, though, you know. All right. And got it in there yet, Terry?
There we go, folks.
Thank you very much.
Simply Bags?
Bags, buddy.
Bags.
It's a porn site. Okay.
Yeah, use the hyphen.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I just had to go there. All right. Let's see.
Oh, she's got a happy
Hey,
baby
Terry.
on about him.
Yeah.
Terry, have they ever thought about? I don't know where they are. They ever thought about suing that other company for the non-hyphenated URL or domain?
Yeah. I don't think this is a big brand or anything to be doing any of that shit. So.
We just had another local guy talk to where a competitor got to their domain.com before they did and had it redirect to their site, but it only took one letter from the attorney to.
Ew. This is a Yahoo store, guys.
Yep.
I thought those were dead.
Nothing's
They've
dead.
got a new platform. I thought it was dead, too. And it definitely doesn't look like the old platform.
Okay, so Terry, what do we got? It's potential panda. Is this not? I believe.
Yeah, I want to. This doesn't look like panda to me, from what I've looked at least.
All right, we'll bring it up.
I would have to. Okay, so we'll do a few searches on some stuff. See how many pages come in.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess so. This is Yahoo, is it? It could
The
be.
Yahoo store.
I never liked these, to be honest. Just so little control with them, man. So little control.
Hard to optimize or do anything with. Oh, I took a sentence from the middle of that description on the page.
How many pages?
8,850 results.
Wow.
Yeah, e-commerce is not easy.
No. And I would say that's the problem with this website.
Hi, Scooter. Oh.
If it is Panda, I'd want to verify that in Webmaster Tools. But judging by this duplication of this one sentence from the middle of the post,
if they weren't willing to clean that up, nothing else is going to make a difference either.
Well, I actually, because I had a situation where it wasn't as bad. It was only, there were 500 locations, and we had like, what was it we found on that site, Dave? 1,500 copies or so of the descriptions of the sites. I went in and changed it just a little bit, and we saw movement immediately. But I would say on top of that problem...
Well, I think you even got to establish what it is, you know what I mean? And is this, a panda just from 4.0? Is this a panda that was getting slowly hit over time, just got whacked now?
How long is this thing getting smashed? I'm looking at it and thinking probably from version 1, but it's been one of those where each major update, it maybe slices 10 or 15% of the traffic off, and see a lot of that in these cases. A lot of panda that comes now, they've been affected from day one, but just never enough that actually alerted them that it was major. You get what I'm saying, Dave?
Yeah.
I also would say a big improvement on these pages, right, would be to add a description to the link below, right where they
he's saying that the traffic got cut in half on the 19th in the Q&A here. So
on the 19th, that's about Panda 4, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like, again, Robert, I'd also look at some of the past ones still, though. Literally go back to 2011 and pull out the timeline, map it out, and just look and make sure. Because just because it was cut in half on this one doesn't mean you might have lost 10%. Yeah, exactly, Bill. Yeah. You know what I mean? You might have lost 5 or 10%, didn't really notice it, but if you start to line up the dates, you realize, okay, this thing's been getting a little panda-ized the whole way, and this time it just got punched in the head,
Yeah, and what they might want to look at, Dave, is on each hit, what part of the site lost rankings, and then what happened on this big hit, what part of the site. They're going to see it should be a part of the site.
Segment it.
Yeah, right. Try and figure it out that way. But I got a feeling that a big part of their problem is the duplication of that description.
Yeah, exactly. Because if they're not been getting hit with the panda, they deserve to be, because that's just the way it is.
Well, it's also kind of when you look at it, right? Another rule of thumb that I use for panda: look at the the amount of copy, in other words, unlinked text, and you'll see that it's greatly outweighed by all the linked text, right? So in other words, your
like in the HTML.
right. So if you look, the anchor text actually outweighs the text on the page. That's another rule of thumb I use. Right? So if the boilerplate is most of your is most of the text on the page, you got a big problem. When it's like that, you have an even bigger problem because all these other products that they're adding underneath is a how do I say it? It's making the problem even worse.
Guys, when you did a little bit of a sentence snippet there to do a duplication search, can you post it on the event page for Robert? He was asking.
Yeah, here's the one I use.
What's up, Texas?
And let's see. Frank Watson saying there's at least a dozen exact match paragraph matches and hundreds that use the same sentence. So, yeah. Yeah, again, and look at 404s, go into your HTML improvements and Webmaster Tools, look for duplicate titles, metadata, shit like that as well.
Yeah.
You know, people that are lazy in a couple places tend to be lazy in a lot of places.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Hey, I tell you what, too. I'd get that. This is more of a marketing thing than a technical thing. But that custom tote bags, no minimum in the footer, dude, get that up high. I mean, that's a why bury that value proposition in the footer?
I'm betting they're limited by the template that Yahoo has offered them.
Yeah,
I've seen
good
these
point.
before.
Yeah.
Are they? Is this an e-com site or a blog?
It's an
Yahoo
actual.
e-commerce.
I mean, it's a shop location on Yahoo, and you're stuck with, 2 or 3 options.
Well, then change the directory structure because you got a 2013 date and it's 2014.
What?
That sounds like Yahoo.
Yeah, that's.
I showed 2014.
Well, it was just a page that I was on, saw 2013 something.
Oh,
like
I'm sorry. I'm talking about the copyright down in the footer. I thought you were talking about that.
No, I was talking about the URL structure.
Again, why would you put a date in the URL structure?
Yeah.
Because it's a blog post.
Doesn't need to have a date in the URL.
So this store is actually built on a blog.
Yep. So basically,
That makes sense.
it's a bunch of affiliate links, not even a website.
Oh.
We got Ammon here too. Ammon, what do you think's hurt this thing panda wise? I personally just anytime I've ever met someone in Yahoo store, I tell them just to get off it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first advice.
It's about on a par with GoDaddy hosting,
Thank you,
Yeah.
Ammon. Thank you, Ammon. Thank you, Ammon. Thank you, Ammon. Wow, there's fucking 4 Ammons in here. Who knew? Anyway, sorry, dude. Go.
Yeah, take a pill, bro.
I was agreeing with you. Sorry.
All right.
Jeez.
It's something. I'd start this one again. There's nothing to salvage there. You've got a Yahoo store that limits everything. The amount of text is, well, it might as well not be there. It's like somebody doesn't want to sell any of these things. I'm seeing several of these bags. There's one paragraph, one little paragraph. If
actually,
you write one paragraph, I'd fire you.
I'm doing an econ audit right now. I showed it to Terry yesterday. Most of the products have one sentence. Some have none.
Yeah. So good, we could not describe.
Okay, but I guess the original question was the panda thing. So you know what I mean. I think there's numerous issues.
There's nothing there. There's nothing there.
But again, you can't really verify until you go and look at the analytics, right, Ammon? And for sure, like.
Yeah, but I can already see this sucks.
Yeah. Well,
but Terry, a 50% drop on May 19th is either a manual or panda, though. Really.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a big chunk. That's a big chunk to lose on that date. So if you didn't get a manual action for thin content, you got the other one.
The only thing that surprises me is it didn't get hit by one of the earlier pandas.
Say May 19th.
I would bet if you looked, Emin, I bet you if you pulled it back, there was probably other losses.
That's what I'm thinking. That,
Did you say May 19th?
Yes, Steve Zelvo. We said May 19th.
Okay, if you say May 19th and it's a WordPress blog, then you got hacked on WordPress Day because that was the hack
No,
when the
no,
WordPress.
no. Anyways. No, it's a. Pay attention, son. It's a Yahoo store. Get with the program, boy.
All right, man.
Yahoo store.
assuming it's a Yahoo store because the Yahoo Favicon is in the
E-commerce by Yahoo.
You know, and they charge an arm and a leg to build those templates for them too. That's the
oh,
sad
it's
news.
stupid.
And the hosting cost, I think the monthly fee is something like $45 just to have a store.
And
It's just lame.
credit card processing.
May as well move it over to your own host and put up a real e-commerce, platform and do it right.
Well, they actually do the credit card and you get preference in their product search.
Oh, I see. Okay, so those
You
are
need preference in their product.
Yeah, I actually worked with a client in the apparel business that they sold a lot of stuff through Yahoo stores.
Oh, okay.
It amazed me, but it was not as good as Amazon, but it was a pretty good.
I stand
Most
corrected.
of the sales came from Yahoo search.
I stand corrected.
Which is the thing, if they've got good sales coming through Yahoo, great, do that. But don't expect this to be, your main site that's going to be doing in search. It's
a starter site, you know what I mean? Get your feet wet and get a little warmed up.
Well, Jesus, we had 8 Yahoo niche stores.
Yeah.
On top of the website, they had 8 niche Yahoo stores. 3 of the, what was the old platform? E-commerce platform. That was like Yahoo stores. It was a proprietary where they had their own developers.
There were so many. Trillion back in the day was one of them, and there were tons.
Okay, well, anyhow, one of those.
Trillion.
Your lower third's just amazing, Ammon. Like, you got to show me how you manage this.
Well, no, it's
I've got the Black Knight now.
Yeah, it's the Black Knight. Come on, you don't remember his old handle?
Oh, I know. It's just
no, instead of doing a lower third though, you create a PNG overlay.
Yeah, that's what I've got here.
That's the same as I did with mine. Like if you look at the, how the little dude's up above it and everything else now, right? So yeah, it's the same thing. Mine's just always blurry. I don't know why. But
Johnny Bass is here. The whole
Johnny's in the house.
How's everybody doing today?
Good, Johnny. Good to see you, man.
Good.
Okay, so yeah, I think we figured out that panda problem. Yeah,
well, whether it's panda or not, I'd still want to verify it in the analytics.
Yeah, I'm not going to call it, but regardless, there's probably multiple issues going on there with the.
Yeah, I think if it's not panda, it's probably worth considering getting a real e-commerce solution.
Yeah, and again, I guess what Terry's saying makes sense as well, Robert, in the sense that you had a 50% drop. Check everything. Check with the developers if something changed. Check if maybe an HD access file got deleted. Check webmail. Look everywhere and make sure it's not something else, or even weird enough things have happened that even on around a date something else happens, and so people think it's one thing when it's another. So yeah, you got to check.
Okay, but you seen a 50% drop on a panda?
Well, it depends what we're talking 50%. Were you getting 10 visitors a day and you got 5 now? Or were you getting 1 million and now you got 500,000? Two, slightly different animals. So, it's hard to say. It's hard to say without looking at it, man. Oh, and Jan Willem is having fun with the last site. He's saying it's easy to spam the index with that system. And he's making up his own URLs on the event page. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, I know where we gotta go. Yeah, sure, why not? Let's do this. Alright. I'm gonna drop this into the room. Oh. Blink. There we go. This is an SEO site, so be nice, everyone. Be nice. But it's actually he's been following us and hanging out with us forever. So you know, we'll be nice to him. But he just was being cheeky. So he said he was already running for the doors when he put it in. So okay. Springboard SEO is next. Dun, dun, dun. All right, let's go see what we got. Oh, he's in Montreal. Did not even know that. So the first thing I'm looking for is link building. Very good. Search engine optimization, web usability, social media. Let's get started. Oh, who's that? Who's that little person? Who the hell are you? We're not really sure. Hey, Mom, is your son into SEO? Sure. Okay. All right. So what do we got?
Look under the hood, yo.
The heck?
No location information.
Deborah Masteller? God.
Pardon?
I don't know. Somebody blocked Deborah, and I don't want to block Deborah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's this young fellow who's dropped in here, so I'm not sure who he is.
Tell me the code. God.
And this is a potential Panda issue, you were saying?
No, it's just a guy who's messing with us and wants us to beat up his site for him, so beat the hell out of it.
Fuck.
All right. Screaming Frog? No, you Screaming Frog?
Alright, so, what do we got? Alright, I got no contact information on the contact page as far as locations. Good or bad, Steve?
Now what? Say it again?
No location information on the contact page. Good or bad?
Oh, bullshit.
So,
Scroll down to the bottom. Scroll on the bottom, you got an ad?
Oh, here we go.
He's got an address down there on the.
Yeah, I'd still like to see it on this page, to be honest, but.
I don't know, man. I don't think that's bad because the thing is the over thing is get a quote. There's the 800 number call. Call somebody. And so then below that you got a phone number again. So you got a phone number at the very top of the screen. You got two phone numbers at the very top. Plus you got get a quote. Plus you got it on the page. Plus you got the bottom. They're trying to slam it down and pick up the phone. They want to do phone sales.
Yeah.
Call us, right?
Yeah.
There are sites, though, Steve, that's their best lead is a phone sale. I'd rather get a call than a lead in a form.
Oh, hell yeah.
Even the homepage again. Yeah. Even if you look at the homepage again here, call today.
Yeah, I like that, actually. That's a good call to action.
Somebody call that number and see if anyone answers.
Yeah, that would be the thing.
Where's my phone?
Let's see the code. Let's see the code.
Call them up, Steve. Give them shit.
Oh, no.
No, call him up and ask him if he'd like an SEO site review for, $29.99.
Cool.
To be an SEO site, he has no Google authorship. Who cares? Does anybody care about that?
I guess it depends if that's what your model is.
Is it on his blog? Is it on his site?
Well, I got with the new Moz tool says there's no Google authorship.
Dude, I don't want to hear
that. Yeah, he's got the publisher though, but the authorship is not on, which is okay. I wouldn't have authorship on it.
SpringboardSEO.com, is that what it is?
Correct.
Right.
Let's see what we got on the posts.
All right, we've got in class home.
No, I'm not seeing any authorship
This
here.
guy's a big fan of the show, eh?
Oh yeah, he's a good friend, good guy. And there's Doc. Look, hey Doc.
You have a colon in the description. Take the colon out of the description. It's going to stop the spider for the phone number.
What's that? The homepage?
Yeah.
Oh, really? The colon?
No keywords tagged.
I put a colon in almost all my titles.
Do you put a space next to it or not?
No.
It's called stop. Look at Unix language. Think of a web spider as Unix. It's basically a stop. It's Unix code. There's no href titles, no anchor text, no alt tags.
Yeah, the H1s are pretty.
Oh yeah, there is. There's an alt tag. Right. No, otherwise pretty clean.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess they're having some issues with their local, and if they're not thinking about local, that's probably an issue.
Well, that's why they got Montreal as the first word in their title tag.
Yeah, again, I don't pigeonhole my stuff, you know what I mean? My company's site is on a U.S. server and it's got no location information. Guess what? I rank on com more and I get clients, because most of my clients come from the U.S. anyways. I'm not really interested in my local areas, so that could be a business decision.
Different.
Question: if you rank #1 locally,
we don't have webmaster tools. Am I wrong?
Sorry, what was the question? I was getting my.
If you rank #1 locally, could that hurt or help if you want to broaden out regionally or nationally?
It's not going to hurt.
No, more clients are always better.
#1 is always good.
Well,
there aren't too many bad #1 rankings. Right?
It has everything to do with what Google's doing with that query space. I mean, that's what you've got to know.
Titles to their sitemaps. Oh my God! No, wait a minute. We got some long-ass domain names. I mean, long-ass URL. Well, I guess that's all right. No, that's bullshit. Understanding-social-media-for business. No, it's too fucking long.
Screen share it there, Steve. Please.
All right, got it. You working now?
I think Steve's practicing his zombie voice.
What? Zombie voice?
Nice. Yeah, what were you looking at there?
We got it, see now?
Yeah.
Sitemap.
Where's this long ass?
Oh, yeah, some of the URLs are pretty long.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know.
I actually tried some of that to see if it helped, and I don't think it really does.
At some point, you got to look at the domain name. Look how many characters this is. You've pissed Google off right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
if you didn't have, you know, the 2 subs, then, you know, if you got 2 subs, come on, man, really? At some point, we get spamming because we're social media, and Google reads this twice in the URL. You know, at some point, it's like, bullshit. You know?
Yeah, I would have looked to maybe make that.
Oh, you fucking idiots!
That directory, not social. What was it? Social something media. I would have tried to cut that down some.
Well, here's one right here. The glossary. They've got like separate pages instead of using anchor text on one page.
Mm-hmm.
Which Google actually wants a glossary.html for the define operator. They accept glossary and definitions and dictionary.
Oh, so his glossary would not actually get picked up by the search engine as
well? No, glossary would get picked up, but if it's glossary.html and you have the proper schema, you can use the define command with certain product names and product listings.
Ah, okay. Okay.
I used to do it for a lot of the terms with VSAT satellite and companies like that had really, really high-end B2B, high-end tech, to where you would make sure that their name was there. No follow, longer effective tool page rank sculpting, long ass name, and that's on a blog. So, well, I guess that's a title. So
also, it's not just the SEO, Steve. If I want to tell somebody go to this page, that's a long name to remember too.
Yeah, but normally you don't tell anybody to go to your page. You tell them to go to your house. You know what I'm saying? Here's my phone number. Give me a call. You don't really say this long-ass page name. Otherwise, you'd send it to them in email. So,
right.
You know, or that's what you know.
Right. You're a long ass name. You're gonna say, "Here's an email." Gotcha.
Right.
And Steve, you're saying too
No
for,
anchors here. Do
for
what?
things, you're saying too for things like the glossary, go with the go with the one page and anchor links.
Yeah, because
Right.
yeah, let me show you something.
Yeah, which I use that a lot.
Okay, here's your. This is from a definition tag, and at some point, if everybody used glossary like they used to, then you would have that kind of stuff.
Right. Oh,
Like,
so
otherwise,
yeah.
it's Wikipedia.
And at the end of the day, they don't need to go to the website, but that's a side issue.
Right. Sorry, I'm just curious. It's been a while. Oh, they're keyword stuff and idiots. Okay, never mind. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, they were still second. I did a good job. This was like 5 years ago. You know what I mean? They're still there, but now the keyword stuff, and so if I can get a job for their competitor and get them flagged for spam.
Your premise there is on the length of the URL.
Do what?
Your premise is on the length of the URL, right?
Well, just when you get, at some point, when you get over 50 characters, it becomes a little bit weird, depending on how many structures. But then again, you know, sometimes if you're on Microsoft, you're 7 directories deep. That's a whole different story.
I was going to say, weird is not a very objective, weird is an expensive judgment call to make.
Well, I think you got to go for Google's litmus test of what's spammy, okay? For example, we got happy website visitors, but the image name is website usability. You know, we have search engine optimization, and we have search engine, whatever, web analytics bar graph. They're kind of not matching them up because by Bobby standards, these should be close to the same name. Make sense?
What page are you looking at?
See, like right here, this is correct usage. By Bobby standards or ADA compliance, which is where the alt tag came from. Make sense?
Well, certainly, you know.
However,
Terry, it's definitely not thin content on the blog, I think.
However, right?
Because look, well, we can't see you anymore, see? So hold on.
Oh.
Because look, there's this awesome picture with Ammon. Look, Terry's Captain America.
Dude, what the? Where did I go?
Steve is Thor. I don't even know who the fuck I am. I don't know what that is.
Where am I?
So there you go.
All right.
See, Terry, it's definitely not thin content when, you know, our show is listed #1, so there you go.
Hey, you want to get knocked out of Google?
Right.
That's funny.
All right, go back to my screen, dude. Look.
All right.
Right here?
Yeah.
See this?
Yeah, I got you.
Okay, we have a small problem because there's actually no link here, so why do I have a title attribute?
So there's some code issues.
So, or that would be right there. If you've got these two things, that's a Google flag.
Yeah. Well, again, to a degree, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know, that's if you get into this whole theory of over-optimization bullshit. You know what I mean? There's not. If you were doing tons of that and you were doing other stuff, sure. But it's Google's not. It's the same reason that, you know what I mean. Google's not compliant. Code doesn't mean fuck all Google. You know what I mean? It's very simple because just because someone doesn't know how to write code doesn't mean the information they have is useless. So. Holy Jesus! Okay, the link. Sorry for link H1 from Montreal is odd to be nice. By the way, Q&A there, Steve.
What?
Q&A, man. Hit the Q&A top left or third one down on the left.
Yep.
You see Frank Watson?
Yes.
He's got some stuff here. The H1 from Montreal is odd to be nice, he says. Let's see. Bring this up. Okay.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
Yeah, wow.
Frank is
really.
Frank's. If you guys ever get a chance to talk with Frank, talk with Frank. Frank is a man. Yeah. The man. He's old school and awesome.
Oh, I know Frank. Don't worry. Sorry. Okay. And there we go. 10 new messages in the chat. Jesus Christ, people, I'm not even getting to do anything here. Okay, nothing interesting. Here's yammering. All right, so anything else for this fella while we are here? Let me see. Oh, Terry's still yipping away back there somewhere. But all in all, you know what I mean? I've seen a lot worse, so happy days. Thank God. Oh, that's kind of crazy. Oh, his blog titles are actually divs, not H1s or anything. Oh, no, there it is. Holy fuck, what a mess that is. That's a hell of a thing. Yeah, he's got some weird divs. There's a lot of code bloat, that's for sure.
I got a question on the robot text file. They have disallow / etc. etc. / dating / re /. And I was wondering what the...
Yeah, what's with the dating?
You know what?
Maybe it was hacked.
You're gonna out him. He's probably got a bunch of gay stuff there on Craigslist.
Someone could get / dating in here. Hold on.
A 403. You do not have permission to access dating.
Oh,
is that an attempt to keep dating out of the search snippet? Keep the date out of the search snippet?
No. No, what I bet? I bet you it was hacked at some point, and there was a bunch of dating crap thrown on his site, and so he's just blocked it by default.
Yeah.
That's my guess, dude. I don't know.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know what that is. You know, considering what the term is and considering what the niche of the site is, it looks like, you know, yeah, it was hacked at some point, cleaned it up, but threw that in just in case.
I like disallow, etc. That's almost like disallow at all.
My question
they're directories of some kind that used to be there.
Yeah, that's Etsy. That's where they put stuff on Unix, right?
But my question was the /re / because when you append that to their domain, you come up with a weird append /re / to springboardseo.com.
We'll do this just for you.
Thank you.
No problem.
I bet it's an old site.
Huh.
I got a 404.
Really?
Oh, well, it goes to services. Never mind. Let me.
Here, I'll show you what I get. I get some my great WordPress blog, just another WordPress site, and this thing.
Yeah, that's what I got.
I think it's
I've got a 404.
Dude, I think this might be a theme that they were testing.
Oh, okay, sure.
You know what I'm saying? Look at it.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll bet you this is just a default theme. Especially, like I said, if you look at what it says, you know, welcome to my WordPress, just another WordPress site. It sounds like default text.
Welcome. Is the Mr. WordPress comment on there too?
But yeah, I bet you this is just a staging platform of some kind, man.
Are they using all-in-one SEO pack?
This could even be something for a client. I don't know.
That's a good way to figure out who all their clients are.
I don't know. Look at this. Look at this. This could be spam. He's up to it. Fanny pack odio lomo fixie irony. Appelicit try hard ethical glaciad virale laborem nutra radinum. It's like, oh man, it's half English, half something. So yeah, I'm not sure what this is, but it looks like a staging platform for something.
All right.
That's what I think. So there you go.
Okay,
right.
so hey, hey Dave, check this out. Hold on, I'll give you. Let me screen share you here if I can figure out the fancy technology.
You sure? She's some tricky stuff for us old people. It's not so good, I tell you.
Right, so there's 103 results with the RE Springboard SEO, Fanny Pack ODO.
Oh, sexy. Oops.
So am I right? That means that whole disallow thing doesn't really make any difference? Or what do I not understand?
Well, you know, you only just make suggestions to robots.
Yeah.
They do what they want to do
Still.
anyway.
Well,
But again, maybe this was done after the fact, and it was, it got snuck in there by accident.
Right, yeah. Lord knows, getting stuff out of the index when you want it out is.
Oh, good luck, man.
If only they were in the EU, they could file.
Forget me.
Forgetme.re. When I look at this kind of stuff, though, I mean, right, a client's not ever going to find this, but it's the kind of, I know for us, I want us to be careful of being sloppy, because if I'm sloppy about this stuff with me, I might be sloppy with a client site. And again, we don't know the whole story, so I don't want to pick on them.
Yeah, for sure. I don't even know what that's doing there.
Right, but it's a good reminder, because we'll frequently come on with a client and say, well, your problem, and you didn't even know this was a problem. This were like guys you had working on your house who decided just to put all their trash inside the frame before they put the drywall up because they didn't want to go out to the trash can.
Steve, hello? Oh, wait, holy fuck, hold on, is that a haircut? Hold on. Oh, there we go, buddy. Wow.
Damn, what happened to his hair?
There you go, man. Much better, huh? Ready for the summer? Ready for the summer now, man.
I just wanted to say cut it off.
Yeah, you didn't look pleased the other day with it, man. You were just kept, yeah. So nice to see. Other Steve, we'll just call you Paisley. Frank said to tell lots of stories about him, please. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. It says no stories about Frank. Oh,
no stories about Frank.
No, apparently, yeah.
Stories about Frank.
Hi, Steve Gerenser. How are you?
He's feeling refreshed, man. Look at him. He's all refreshed. Yay!
Are we coming live from the new office?
No. I still have to build that office. This is the old office.
Well, we need you in your new office. Oh, you got a haircut.
All right, so the next thing on our list, and I think the last thing on our list, thank God, is going to be Boris. Boris, are you vocal today?
Oh, now he wakes up. There he is.
Oh, he's awake now. Yeah. Well, I saved it to last just to keep the poor bastard hanging
Yeah,
around.
he was napping before.
Yeah, he's too busy on Facebook. We know it. All right. Okay. So Boris, I think you were saying is a new client of yours. Yeah. Is that the deal here? So apparently this is someone new that Boris just brought on. So he's looking for free advice. Man, that's nice. Nice job you got there, Boris. That's it. See, Terry, the dojo pays eventually, You get advice for free. Bill the client with it. Boris, just cut this part out of YouTube later after the show and send it to the client and just tell him, okay, well, here's what I think. I got my crack team together and here's what we came up with.
Hey, drop the link in.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, man, I know. It's our first time doing this on Hangout, so last time we did a site review was at least a year and change back, so when the old tax days. All right. All right, there you go.
Coming right up.
And I don't even have to watch the Q&A this time. Boris, we can't hear you, man. What is with this?
He's muted. No, he's not.
I think I don't know. I can't hear him. Can anyone else
I keep
hear him?
muting myself, and Google Plus keeps unmuting me, so I give up.
But yeah, I can't hear Boris. Anyone hear Boris?
No.
No. Boris, man, check your connections.
His eyes get big.
I can hear him in my heart.
If I can hear him on Facebook, it's probably over here going ding, 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 ding. I'm not kidding. Hold on. Let me go check. Since we've been on here, let's see. I've got 8 notifications. Oh, 1, 2. Only 2 out of 8. Okay, well, that's good for Boris. He's slowing down while we're here. All right. So how about it, folks? I'm going to get another drink so someone else can start on this thing.
Okay, he's got a script error on the bottom of the screen. What's that? Oh, it's maybe only in Google Plus. Or the screen share. Never mind.
Alt text has got some weird thing going on with image files.
Okay. What do I see here? A reservation form. Top destinations.
Why is it doing that?
Top hotels. I'm gonna yawn.
Sculpting. No, excuse me. Off-site link. Oh, it's an affiliate link. Okay, that makes sense.
The affiliate links are no followed? Yeah?
Yeah, looks like it.
It's taking forever to load up on Screaming Frog.
Yeah, site speed might be a bit of an issue.
Wow.
Wow, you guys are so intensely quiet.
Yeah, Boris, I don't know. Do you feel pretty good about the page titles? I'm looking at the location page titles and just wondering if there's a strategy to the...
Everyone's so intently looking.
Who was it? Steve was saying something about the way that Unix deals with the colon.
Yeah, well, the other part is the title tag, you got 2 words, then a comma. Boom.
Oh, no, I've been putting colon in my title since 1990 something.
Understand.
Never seen a problem with it.
Understand.
Not saying you're wrong, Steve, just saying I've never seen a problem.
Understand.
Well, just
Boris,
search a fucking page and see what the title brings up. Come on. Hello.
So you got
Come on,
the
people.
index.php version is resolving?
Oh, shit. We're good with it.
Yeah, and then he's got the index.
I wouldn't doubt this is on a Microsoft server.
I got to get it. The guy from Time Warner's here. I need a new modem, so.
Bye, man. See you in a bit.
Bye.
Steve
Bitch.
Barrett's here left already. Hi, Steve. Oh,
He's always
back.
here in spirit, man. Don't worry. All right, so where are we here? What have you guys been doing? I left.
He's here. I see him. It's weird.
All right, so yeah, I wouldn't doubt this thing. Boris, do you know if this thing's a Microsoft or Unix server? What this thing's sitting on? You happen to know, dude?
He can't speak.
You can't.
Oh, you could use the fucking chat, I'm sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
The what chat? Is that a special kind of chat?
Well, the chat up with it.
Special.
He's fucking everywhere. He could be typing in the dojo Skype room. He could be typing in the chat here. He's just staring at us like, you know.
Says it's Apache.
I just want to know what the name of the porn site he's watching is.
Me too. His eyes keep bugging out. He's so funny. Oh, now he's going to turn off his camera. Don't turn off your camera, Boris.
Okay. All right. So back to business.
No. Okay, fine. It's Friday, though.
The H1s are pretty short, generally.
Oh, Terry. What do you think about the content on the homepage, Terry?
I think it's a list of links.
A little bit short.
What? Come on. There's lots of pictures, a zillion links, and no text. What's going on with that?
There you go. Yeah, Google should like that.
But sometimes the inbound.
Where's Steve? Steve! Look at this for a sec, Steve. You know, we were talking about the top navigation the other day, but this one kind of reminds me of the same thing. Wouldn't you just go like Dublin, Italy, and then bring up your submenus on those pages to better pass the page rank and shit around, you know?
I would.
Yeah, okay. That's what I would do. I just remember we were talking about that the other day. So yeah, that's just a lot of, because, you know, is that site-wide question? I don't know.
No, I don't think they're site-wide.
Whoa, what does this go to? Wow. Okay. Thank you. Let's try over here.
Hey, though, Terry. So back on Terry, back on the content thing. I don't think Hotels.com is any better, but.
Again, yeah, but you're not trying to do the same as someone if you're trying to beat them. Right?
Well,
I'm not saying to write like a book on the front page, just a little bit of text and context to give it a little bit of boost. Again, if you're trying to beat someone, you're trying to be slightly better than them, as opposed to saying, well, you know, because they've got equity and links. If you look at the link profiles of these two sites, I'm guessing Hotels.com will kick its ass. So
yeah,
that's
what I was. The point I was just gonna make, Dave, is that if Hotels.com can get away with no text on the page because they've got authority and you know, links that they've accumulated over 15 years. I'm thinking this is a fairly new site. You know, that's where a lot of SEOs make the mistake of looking at a website like this and saying, well, look at this one's ranking like that. Well, you know, you aren't that website. So it's pretty hard to make a apples to apples comparison on websites.
You know, so then maybe a good way to get some content would be trying to leverage some of the reviews. I'm looking at this Trustpilot widget, and I don't know if multiple language is going to help that on one site, but you know, trying to find a way to leverage some of that user content. If you could get a little bit more of that to
Terry, original registration was 1999. How many times it's changed hands? I can't, you know.
Okay, so that's
not going to type, but it is an aged domain for sure.
Yeah. Like for instance, I look at the form, right? Where you're choosing your destination, etc. I could take and put the exact same information on that form into a form, lay it out differently, and put 150 words of text beside it. Look at all the fucking white space. And that's at the top of your page. Absolutely a waste.
And there's 1 million pages indexed.
Whew.
1.2 million.
That's pretty good.
I'm guessing deep search, dude. Meaning Google's filling in the forms and searching it that way.
So, Boris, you're saying you can't do anything with on-site.
Ooh. Then you're not doing SEO. You're doing,
you're link building.
Someone has hired you to spam is what they've done.
Yeah, good luck, brother.
Tell them to pull their head out of their ass. They'll save themselves some money as well.
David discovered a nice tool for that this week.
For pulling a head out?
GSA.
Oh, GSA, yeah. GSA. Oh no, we're on the air. I'm not even going to finish that sentence. All right,
okay. Yeah.
No, we don't talk about such things.
We won't belabor it.
No. Now, if you're a dojo member, you can go read about it on the forums. But good luck with that.
You know, if someone come to me and said, we want you to rank our pages, but you can't change the page. I tell them, oh, really? I'll fucking turn into Houdini here and, get that for you.
One of Doc's and my favorite clients used to say, I want to rank this page for this term, and I'm going to go hire Fiverr to build links, and he just never listened.
Look at the waste. Under age of child, there isn't even a fucking checkbox or a field what I'm looking at.
Oh, well, that's silly. Is that just a Chrome thing? Does it show in Firefox?
I don't know. I haven't looked. I'm actually looking in IE, so.
Yeah, Chrome is sometimes...
Well, there's your fucking problem.
Yeah. It's only the second most popular browser, but, it's still the problem. Yeah.
Did you say it was the most popular? Never mind.
Second most. It's more popular than Firefox.
I don't believe you. There's no. Maybe you got to select the room. I don't know. Maybe you got to fill something in before it opens up those fields. But yeah, to have the age of the child, that's lame. Why bother?
Yeah, and on the homepage, you know, stars. You know, there's questions. Look at all the white space too. That's the thing that just drives me fucking crazy when I look at shit like this. Look at what's above the fold and how much of it is white space.
Do you mean because it's narrow, Terry, or what?
No, I'm just saying that the use of the space is not very good.
Oh, but
I'm
it's
not
got a
seeing
lot of
white
cool
space you're
pictures.
Complaining about, Terry.
Huh?
I don't see what white space you're complaining about.
Yeah, I don't either.
Well, I see it in the form, for one. I could make that same form in half the space.
I don't think Google gives a shit too much.
No.
I gotta say that this is pretty light on fucking backlinks, considering the age of it.
I don't know what you
I
could
think
add
my old,
for
I think
text
my
on
old,
this.
Boris. I think the trail, my old blog probably has more links in this thing. Well,
I mean, it is a
I can see why. I think you're right, Terry. I think I see why they hired him. Apparently, somebody needs some links. And again, let's not be total dickheads here when we, people listening or watching or whatever, and we say that, well, if you can't touch a site, you're fucked. But again, if links is what they're after, if he's got a proper content strategy and he moves forward with them, and they've got an actually strong social team, they can actually go out and build organic links. If they have the resources and he can get people to put a content program in place. Sure, there's lots of fucking structural problems. Sure, there's other things. But if he can't touch that, he could still do something. Because this is pretty look at that 20, Terry. You know what I mean? Remember we were looking at stuff with Dixon Ward there, Dixon Jones? Yeah, you look at that 20, that's pretty weak, man.
I'm going to ask what I hope doesn't sound like a naive question. The purpose of this site is to make reservations. So what content would you put on a homepage? Would you, raves? I mean, they've got raves. I mean, what would you add to this? When the person gets there, they want to make a reservation.
Right. So that again, I wouldn't be more worried than a paragraph or so just to have some textual relevance, just to have somewhere to beef it up against. Again, I'm not looking to replicate what someone else is doing. I'm doing what I think in a search engine brain of mine that will help it. So I don't care about that as much. I'm talking about an actual content program as far as publishing stuff, because that's what, they don't have a lot of links, dude. 16,000 links is fuck all. You know what I mean? I'm working with domains right now that have 1.5 million links. You can change a little bit of site architecture and rank for anything you want in a week, or a day, eh, Steve? You got enough juice to throw around.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. What's the newsletter all about? That's kind of lame.
Yeah, well, again, you'd have to sign up for it and find out. But there's things you can do, man.
If Boris is doing content, though, the newsletter may be the thing he can move the needle the most on.
For sure.
Probably.
That's how you get the word out.
But
then
I would make that more obvious. I would make it more of a sell, or a call to action. It's not very. I just noticed it. I've been looking at the page for 5 minutes, and I just noticed it.
Those internal city pages too, boy, they got a lot of links on them.
Now that bottom nav that Johnny's looking at right now, I'd certainly shorten that up into actual regions, and then when you get to the pages in that directory or whatever, then you put the sub-navigation into there to start passing the juice internally in that section.
Well, if you
because I'll bet you homepage juice is everything. And let me go check Majestic again. But
if you go into
this thing's homepage juice heavy, man. So you got to be careful, be very, aware of that when you're linking out from that page.
You could break it down to continents, and go from there.
Yeah, if you get into like the city pages, I mean, you've got 50 to 75, maybe 100 links there at the bottom.
Oh, Christ.
Can somebody check and see if the
it's more like 200 links under other hotels in this area.
Yeah.
Somebody want to check and see if the WW and the non-WW are both resolved for me?
No, they're okay. The only one that they have an issue with is the index.
Where's it redirecting? Which one's it redirecting to?
I think, it's a good question. Now I don't remember looking at it.
Check, because most of the links to the homepage are going to the www. So.
Yeah.
Because there is loss, as we know, Terry. There's tiny bits of loss through 301s and shit like that.
Yeah.
It redirects to the www.
Does it? Okay, cool. So that's all right.
Yeah, but most of their links are linked to the www.
Yeah, and that's cool. If it was the other way around, I'd change it. But yeah, it's good. Yeah, that's fine.
I don't understand why they have links to all of the hotels there. That's kind of
I
lame.
don't either. Unless they're getting paid a fee for listing them.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
How many is there?
a search box might give them better information. They could go find out details about a particular hotel.
People won't pay to be in the search box.
I beg your pardon?
People will not pay to be in the search box.
Oh, I know that.
What are you looking at there, Johnny?
Screaming Frog.
Okay.
Just going through the. These are the H1s, and the H1s are all pretty light. 21 characters, 14 characters.
Yeah.
You can build all those up, right?
Yeah. You got a little room to work with.
That's a lot. There's a lot of pages.
Is that David's family?
Alicia just beat up her brother.
Wandered off. My dog is freaking out.
Yeah, they're gonna have some site speed issues.
The problem's coming back to, if you're not going to be allowed to touch the on-page stuff, then your only option is to come up with an awesome off-site content strategy and drive traffic that way. There's a lot of things that could be done to conserve a lot of the issues. Specifically, other hotels in this area could be done better.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of things that are weak.
Even if you look at the home page, which is your, in a case like something like this, most of your links come into the home page, and they've diluted the equity that passes by having all these links at the bottom of the page.
I'd like to ask what is this? When I'm looking at Paris and I see zones, 10 degrees, 11 degrees. What is that? There's a little O. I'm assuming it's a degree, but I guess it wouldn't be in Paris. Is that supposed to mean something?
What's the page?
I went to Paris. Hotels here. I'll put the link in the chat. And I'm looking at the sidebar links. It's just, let me get in the right room. I almost put it in the blogger mastermind. Hang on.
Okay.
There you go. That link. And look in the right sidebar. It's just, I don't understand the links on the right. 10 degree, 11 degree, 12 degree, 1 degree, I mean, I can't pronounce it. I don't speak French. Except when I'm swearing.
Zones.
It's just weird. I mean, you can isolate by stars, and that's a cool feature, I guess. You can isolate by price, but I don't get the zones issue. Is that on every city page, or just Paris?
Some European cities use stuff like that.
Okay, so it's meaningful to somebody who understands that city.
That's tough to even tell if that's a degree sign.
What'd you say, Terry? I didn't hear you.
I said I'm having trouble even seeing if that's a degree after it.
I don't think it's a degree. I mean, because they'd use Celsius in France, I believe. So I don't know what it means, but I'm just a dumb American. But the link, where does the link go?
Paris is divided into zones. It goes in a circle, and then it goes out to a bigger circle, and then there's another ring of zones, and it goes out to a bigger circle, and there's another ring of zones.
Yeah.
So the higher the number, the further away you are from the city center.
No, he's right. That's true.
What is it? What did he say? Let me listen carefully.
I'm just checking the event page here a bit,
Yep.
And Bill, Matthew Edward from Springboard SEO says, thanks to Bill Bean, I'm not going to be using my server for personal project development anymore.
You're welcome. I hope it was truly helpful.
That's why God made XAMPP.
Because I don't want you looking at my stuff either.
Wow, we're not even going there at this point.
Yeah.
No, that was too easy.
What's up, Scooter?
Oh,
I'm sorry, I keep talking to my
See,
cat.
here's what I don't understand. They've got that big search on the homepage when their program still works using a smaller search box like the one at the top here. That's what I mean by,
Show us the screen while you're talking, man. Then we'll know what you're on about.
Oh, I'm sorry. At the top of this Paris page, they have the same search feature is on the home page, but it doesn't take up as much room. Left out some options. So I would go with this smaller
Yeah, but again, we're not addressing his personal problem, which is he can't touch a fucking site. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a personal problem.
So start looking around for places he could, start putting content or helping them. Do they have social channels? Somebody looked at that yet?
Well, there's 3 links: Facebook, Twitter, and Google.
All right, let's go see what he's up to. Let's see what we got. So, because he's gonna have to work with some other things if he's not touching the site. Obviously, then we got some bigger problems.
Got 10,000 likes on Facebook. It's not bad.
Not much going on their page. Oh, I guess they're busy on Google. Okay, that's fine.
Well, it's all backwards. Is my screen backwards with your? Oh, there it goes. Oh, it just flipped.
Well, if
anyways, okay.
Okay.
So 10,000. Yeah. All right. We got any engagement?
A little bit.
Not really, eh?
Well, the question though is how well are they doing in Baidu?
Well, yeah, not looking like a lot here. 4 people like this, nobody talking, people liking. Susan E. Thompson sure likes a lot of stuff. I'm guessing she works for the company.
So what are the...
Right, come on, man. Someone's got to seed it. We do that too.
I'm trying to think, Boris, some of the social channels that might
There's
be...
Susan E. Thompson again there, Marge. Yeah, she's in it. I'll bet you, hold on.
You're
I bet you if I search Susan E. Thompson and maybe LinkedIn, let's see where she works.
You're so funny.
And we'll put the word keyword hotels in.
Plus.
All right. Susan E. Thompson, LinkedIn hotels. What do we got? No, maybe not. Okay, unless she's not listed it. But yeah, a lot of times you can actually find these people. It's pretty easy. And if I can find them, Google can find them. So. But yeah, not a lot of engagement, man.
Yeah, they only have 50 followers on Google Plus.
And they've
well, I don't. That's understandable. What about Twitter?
1472.
Yeah, search Twitter for @ and their username and see if anyone's talking to them.
Oh.
You know?
I'm not logged into Twitter. Can you do that at
Okay.
search.twitter.com?
You should be able to. I don't know. Yeah.
I think they got duplicate Google Plus profiles.
Duplicate?
Yeah, there's 2 hotels click.
I see.
And it looks...
Is one busier than the other?
No, they have one that just has 1 flower of 432 views.
Boris, one angle with content on Google Plus might be hotels click, sponsor a community, and do some good cheap travel or focus on hostels or...
That's how I build the newsletter as well. Try to find people who traveled often and put mostly really the best specials you can find in the newsletter.
Yeah, because that'd be maybe a competitive advantage over some of the big brands who might be taking too long.
Already doing that, Bill.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you just have to go and look because it takes a long time to steer a big ship. So.
Yeah, but also I would go and subscribe to their stuff anyhow, just to get it to see what they're writing about, and
Yeah, and someone mentioned earlier their newsletter, right? So there could be a mailing list in place that they can start to use to try and beef this stuff up.
Yeah.
Just a couple of creative headlines to pull people in and engage them with the content.
Yeah.
You can look at guys like good title writers are great. Well, remember even Doc's not here right now, but remember I was talking to you and Doc in our little dojo room, Marge, about I was in the chat room, I think, that I clicked an article that he ended up having written, but when I clicked it on Facebook, at the time I didn't know he had written it. It was just a title that caught my attention, and I clicked through.
Yeah,
title. I was like, oh fuck, it's Doc. Oh, okay. And so, yeah, a good title writer can do that for you, you know what I mean, and start to bring engaging content, and you got to think a little nifty at times to get people talking pro and con, you know. Take a black side. Hey, Steve, take a black or white side of an issue, and the other side will inevitably show up.
Mm-hmm.
So.
It seems like they recently changed their logos, Boris.
Whoa. Darth
and-
Vader joined the conversation. What was that?
No, it's just Dan's mic's a little wonky at times.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's okay now. I don't know. It just comes and goes.
Oh, my bad.
No worries. You're bad. Oh, no, you're a horrible person. Get out, Dan!
No.
The mic, dude.
If they have an email subscriber list and they've recently changed their logos, that would be a good reason to send out a survey and get engagement, asking people
Exactly,
if they
yeah,
like
for sure,
their
man.
logo.
Yep.
And I still think, well, you can't do anything on the page.
But yeah, you know, and one of my favorite hobbies lately, Boris, is if you can get them on board with it, is get a hold of, ask the sales team to give you a list each week of common, you know, barriers to sale. Have the customer service team give you a list each week of common questions they get over there. And now you've got all this content, you can make videos and posts and all this shit, and it's actually going to rank and bring, you know, it builds authority, it does all kinds of shit. But it's just an easy place to find content when you start.
Oh, I just thought of a fun idea for engagement. They could get people to do YouTube videos of their trips.
Yeah, and you'll get a credit or some, I don't know the business model, but yeah, you know what I mean? The best video entry, and you know, you have all the other users vote on
That
it.
airline we were working with did that, Dave.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. They were giving away, you know, free rides to fucking Dubai or somewhere, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or photographs. I mean, if they had a gallery of photographs that people took, you know, when they were out and about.
Right. But you did that with a Pinterest campaign, right?
Yeah. And so there's another channel, you know.
Right. I do one with video for YouTube and one with, you know, and blah, 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 and all that runs through your social, and you keep all the posts on your blog to bring in the, you know, traffic and then links and move that elsewhere, you know.
It'd be nice if they had a mascot that was more than just that arrow.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Doesn't that arrow tell you to click, Steve? It's just...
Well, no, I'm just saying that, you know, look at all the mileage that they're getting out of the gnome.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Did you know that there were
literally, Steve, that gnome's actually literally got mileage.
And they stole the gnome from the movie Amelie, by the way.
Well, you can imagine, Steve, along with that, if you get a mascot and then think mascot hashtag Instagram contest, just stirring up awareness of that brand, because that's got to be tough.
Yeah, see, Hotels.com just started that. They've got Captain Obvious. Is he new or?
Captain Obvious is new. Well, as far as Hotels.com's use of it is. But I have a feeling they may run into some legal issues from some people who were using him long before that.
Oh, okay.
The gnome, you mean?
No, Captain Obvious.
Oh, okay.
Those are pretty good commercials on it.
Yeah, they're good commercials. I was, you know, kind of surprised because Captain Obvious is a long-running comedy skit.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, you'd think that they must have been smart enough to find out if they had permission to use it, but who knows?
Nobody's ever that smart.
Nobody's that smart? Oh, okay. They must be Americans. I'm kidding.
It's the whole I'm going to use it because I thought of it and nobody else could tell me I didn't.
Got a jet. Bye-bye, Dan.
Yeah.
He's gone.
All right, and on that fucking note,
Boris is leaving us too. Bye-bye. Oh, no, he's saying bye to Dan. I'm slow on the uptake today. I didn't get enough sleep.
And on that note, since these damn videos are already 2 hours long, we're going to end it there, folks. Anybody who wants to join us in the after show, what the fuck ever, we'll be sitting here drinking.
When the beer comes out?
Yeah. Oh, no. We're going with Tom Collins gin this week.
Nice.
Gin. Ooh.
Big gulp.
He's on the hard stuff.
Yeah, that's it. So, again, anyone watching still, there's a bunch of you, so if you want to come in and hang out and ask questions, go right ahead. Otherwise, we're going to kill this because it's already 2 hours of shit I got to deal with.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I got shit to do too. Beer run.